Welcome to this special Italian wine podcast broadcast. This episode is a recording off Clubhouse, the popular drop-in audio chat. This Clubhouse session was taken from the Wine Business Club and Italian Wine Club. Listen in as wine lovers and experts alike engage in some great conversation on a range of topics in wine. If you enjoy listening, please consider donating through ItalianWinePodcast.com. Any amount helps cover equipment, production, and publication costs. And remember to subscribe and rate our show wherever you tune in.
Hello, everybody. Ciao, ragazzi. Welcome to Wine Business Club on Clubhouse. This will be about Chile Wine Market. It is a little different from our usual Italian wine club. By the way, if you like to give us a follow, you see that little greenhouse up there? There's a greenhouse avatar. You can click that and join the group. Otherwise, you can also go on my profile, and in the bottom left-hand corner, there are two clubs, Italian Wine and Wine Business. So welcome to Wine Business. This is where we'll be talking about mostly the international market, how to promote your wine better. And today we have, of course, our very own Jose Pablo Flores. He is an intern from Bologna Business School. He is our host moderator today, who will be interviewing his friend. I hope we can do this, Gabriel Mustakis. So, Jose, why don't you take it away and see? First of all, let's do a small check. Gabriel? Ciao, Gabriel.
Hello, ciao, Stevie.
Oh my God, miracle! Yes.
Oh, a miracle.
Yes, we can actually hear you. We're live and kicking. Excellent. So I'm going to now let Pablo take it away.
Ciao a tutti. I'm really happy to have the possibility of introduce Gabriel. He's a chief enologist of Viña San Pedro that for you that may not know, Viña San Pedro is one of the biggest one in Chile and worldwide. So it's a really good moment to have this talk. And also I can say that Gabriel, regarding this experience, he also has some production experience around the world, in USA and New Zealand. So am I correct, Gabriel?
Yes, you're correct, Jose. This was my first experience. Was like many of the winemakers worldwide, working in different places on the world. So now I established in Chile for more than 10 years working.
Jose, I'm going to properly introduce you now because I didn't know if this was going to be a false start because we've tried connecting Gabriel before and we weren't able to do it. Now that we know we can actually proceed with a proper Clubhouse call, I would like to introduce Jose. Jose Pablo. Sometimes I call him Carlo. He gets mad. Jose Pablo was born and raised in Chile. He is actually an industrial engineer. I don't know what you're doing, what you were thinking coming into our group. And he actually has a previous career as a project manager in the food and beverage industry. He spent about, 5 years in Patagonia, where everybody wants to go in Chile. And he, had a kind of a midlife crisis when he was 20, basically. He wanted to change his career and his personal life. In fact, he's now currently living in Bologna. He decided to enroll in this MBA program, Food and Wine, master's program at Bologna Business School. And some of you know this already. We have a very close relationship with Bologna Business School because many of our colleagues are coming from Bologna Business School first as interns, and some of them decide to actually stay. They eventually actually leave, like Lan, as you know, Lan Lu, who's left us after 5 years. Now he is actually our intern from Bologna Business School. So as you know, Jose, we are obsessed with learning objectives. So what should we expect from this call with Gabriel today?
Okay. As you may know, Chile, when it comes about the wine, Chile is really well known about being a big producer and also by its exports. But we know a little bit about the Chilean wine market, so the main takeaway that we should have here is have a deeper approach to the Chilean behavior of the consumer and the production, and in order to have an overview and another opinion on how an Italian producer may enter the Chilean market. So, without saying too much more, Gabriel, maybe a good way to start is just to maybe you can tell us 5 key things to know about the Chilean wine market, maybe some numbers, some overview.
Yeah, Jose. For sure, one of the most important thing that we are a really export country. So we are the number 4 export country in wines after Italy, France, Spain. And we are the number 1 country from the New World. So we are the biggest export country from the New World. So, like in a sense, we're an export country. That's one of the key points. And the other one is that we have a history in wine consuming and culture, but we still drink not that much. We drink around 13 liters per capita, yeah, here in Chile. So we're trying to increase the number, and mainly it's 97% if still wines and 3% sparkling ones. So we usually have 3 main markets in exports, mainly it's Brazil, China, and UK. And internal market mainly is from Chilean wines. That's the main key points. Now we are here, like in the company that I work in, that's BSPT Wine Group. We're the second largest group that export, and also we manage really well the internal market. So that's some of the key points. Mainly in production. Also, we're strong in Cabernet Sauvignon, Sauvignon Blanc, and we have bulk and bottled wines. And our average in bottled wines in export markets in terms of FOB, the case is around $28.
So we can summarize that saying that even if we have a lot of production, even if we have consumption numbers in alcohol pretty higher, the wine consumption is the main challenge to be faced, right? We would like to increase the liters per capita of consumption of the Chilean consumer, right?
Yeah, right. Not only trying to write that number. Now, one of the things that happened in Chile, the people are more interested in the wines. We have more wine schools working on. We have more sommeliers. Also, with the tourism and better like restaurant and on trade movement, the people are more interested in wines, and we are trying to increase not only the volume or the consumption in per capita. We are also trying to go further to more premium wines in that.
I have a question regarding this because in my experience and when I talk with people about Chilean wine, we say that Chilean wine abroad is considered like quality per value, right? It's a good value, a good quality, but not conceived or not perceived as a really premium wine. What is your opinion about this? Because when you mention education, this come up to my head. So maybe you can say about something about this.
Yeah, because one of the proposal of Wine of Chile and all of the wineries here in Chile is trying to change a little bit that set minded about the good quality and cheap price, the ones that are coming from Chile. That is not. Now we have a lot of icons wines or premium wines that are in the top top in the magazines and the ratings. We are going very high quality wines, and we're trying to show that we are not only cheap wines, we are making a huge quality, and we are trying to raise that price point that now we are set. I think Chile is an amazing country. We have a huge diversity. Now we are working very sustainable, and we're showing wines that give us now the opportunity, and we are working hard in that to express Chile and to raise that price point. We are really competitive in terms of quality.
Regarding the education itself, can you mention the trend? Because yeah, it is increasing, but how can you? Which are or what are the main institution or trends or sommeliers that, in your opinion, are more strong? Because here, for example, we have the double set academies. So how about Chile in this matter?
Yeah, it's mainly the same. The WC is one of the most strongest one. And another thing that now is helping a lot, we have a lot of sommeliers and more traders that work in wine and trying to do wine education. So we have more this kind of new concept that when in the sales, so they set up a special set that invited some clients or people that are interested in know more about wine. So you can find a lot of not courses of wine, you more tasting events. So we have the opportunity in those events to show our wines and also show wines worldwide. So the people are getting more interested in terms of what is behind the wines, and they're getting more experiences, and they're starting to love it more and start to try more different wines. Because here in Chile, usually the people that consume wine consume one label, one company, and they stated drinking that wine. But now it's more diversified, and the people are exploring more. So it's more opportunities to know more about wine.
That is a good news in the end, because we already said before that the main challenge is the low consumption of wine in Chile, even if we are traditional known by wine. But now we are saying that education in the Chilean market is increasing. So this comes to me the next maybe topic or question, that is like, I know in my experience that there's an opportunity in the market for abroad wines. I know that there is last year have been increasing the demand of sparkling wine. So, and this is the point that I want to make about the Italian wines. Maybe how can we find an opportunity in this increasing trend of sparkling? So, in your opinion, which are the main incentive barriers that we can find in Chile as for entering in the market?
Yeah, here, of course, always you have opportunities. Now, as I said, 3% of the consumption in Chile is this sparkling, and from the last 8-10 years, it's increasing year by year. And here we have this free like market. Chile have a lot of good relationship worldwide. So in terms of barriers to import wines, we don't have any. Yeah, we have some taxes, but those taxes applied for overseas wine and also for wines from here, from Chile. So it are the same taxes. So here, I think the most difficult part that we are really far away. So in terms of transport, the shipment, you can increase more, like in terms of prices of the wine. But here mainly because we are very strong in our production and always we are with innovations, and that I think in the massive wines is quite difficult to compete here if with the Chilean production. So I think those are the main difficulties that you can have. I know we have some importers in Chile, around 10, and one importer brought some wines from Italy, and he's not strong. It's very small quantity, but mainly are in Italian restaurants and working that with the prosecco.
Can I ask you the question of the million? What would you, in your opinion, what would you suggest to imagine that you are an Italian producer and you want to enter the Chilean market? How would you approach this country?
Oh, now in Chile happened something really that is important. The people have more worldwide connections and are more interested in the culture of the wine. So, for a start, trying to be involved or study about the wine industry, we need to try wines. And Chile is a wine that we don't have, or we have very small quantity of different wine from another country. So the opportunity now is go through this WC set and another opportunities to show the wines, and the people are searching for different wines from different places from the world. So now we have small importers that are focusing in wine from different parts of the country, from different countries, and winemakers like me, sommelier, and the wine community are searching and trying to drink those wines here in Chile, because years ago the only way was just go and take a ticket and go to the different countries or another country to find worldwide wines. So now this is the opportunity. The people are are exploring more. They wanting to know more about wines, and I think this is a open door that can 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 have an opportunity in that way. I think not maybe in the massive kind of wines. I think in this special premium or more like terroir kind of wine can go in small quantities with better prices inside this wine community.
So I can make another comment because, or maybe the question is open for you. Do you think that Italian wine or maybe French wine could be potentially a threat, or maybe could be more like a partnership for the Chilean market? I mean, because ultimately, what is the main challenge of the Italian Chilean market is to increase the consumption, right? So, in this regards, maybe we can see a new actor as something positive more than a threat.
Yeah, I think I don't know if it's gonna work. Here we have a huge company like BSPT and other that have wineries also in Argentina, are really strong here in Chile with many brands. So they are trying, they are doing innovations, and they're putting different kind of products, trying to go further in trying to increase the consume here. Um, I don't know if the partnerships can be the best way. I think the thing that is happening now with the wine community and this open door and the people trying to drink these worldwide wines from other countries and searching for some other wines. this is an open door, and that the people gonna be appreciate better the Chilean wine and also appreciate another kind of wine. And this door and the people and the culture is gonna be more educated in wine. I think that is the way that the consume is gonna increase in the next years.
Regarding the distribution channels, I know, at least when I was living in Chile, that not just the wine, I think everything related to the beverage or food industry and maybe another kind of markets, the main channel is supermarket, right? And I'm pretty sure that it's still the same in this last year. So can you tell us what is the main distribution channel and how is the upcoming years? How is the trend?
Yeah, in Chile, mainly the consumption here and in terms of sales are in massive wines or also in the others is going through the promotions and mainly in supermarkets and that kind of channel. But since 2 years ago, because of the COVID, this changed radically. Of course, it's still the strong channel that, but in terms of direct sales and from web page and other like e-commerce ways are increasing a lot, more than 300 if you compare with another years, and it's 300% more, and it's increasing like month by month, and the people and the direct sales are getting stronger. Not at the massive and supermarket, but is taking a important part of the commercial line.
So, and what about the marketing right now? Because we think sometimes that the wine is like classic, traditional, but now I'm seeing a lot of influencers and young people engage in this. So, how is this working in Chile? How are these new trend, how are engaging new people or young people into the wine?
This is a really good thing that it's happened now. Because of the social media, are a lot of people that have more touch or can see more this diversity of wine that we are showing us. So it's a door that already is open, and influencers or some winemakers that are influencers or some like small companies or wine producer have the opportunity to show through the social media those wines are the diversity, and the people are exploring more because now they have this technology, and the people mainly all the people is connected to the phone and see by through Instagram or another social media platforms, and they're seeing the people showing the wines, drinking the wines, different creations, and I think the people now with this platform also can buy the wine through some pages or from directly from some of them like Instagram. So the people are exploring more, are drinking more brand of wine, and they are feeling more comfortable because they can find or fit better with kind of wine that maybe in the supermarket was not easy to find.
I know that the Chilean consumer, in a lot of matters, is really trendy and is go with the flow, like we say in Chile. The boom of the aperitivo in Chile was not so many years ago, maybe 8 years ago, started. Of course, in Italy, it has been always the aperitivo as part of the culture. This increasing trend in Chile, this could be also open a really good opportunity in terms of sparking, right? As a recognized trend, and I know that Italy is really onto this in Chile, right?
Yeah, it's incredible. Like the people now is using more the sparkling because, like as you say, in aperitif or different situation, or in terrace in restaurants, mainly also in summertime or some like holiday times or this any of the year, the consumption of sparkling is higher. Not only like aperitif, it's incredible like in cocktails, how they're mixing some sparklings in the cocktails, or so the sparkling is going through not only alone, it's only with the cocktails, and that's why the people are drinking more sparkling now in different situations. And this is something that is going on also because the sparkling have less alcohol. Some consumers want less alcohol level wines, and they're thinking to try those, and then that works better with them. So I think in terms of the sparkling, something that year by year is increasing is incredible. Here, like BSPT Wine Group, here in sparkling is huge in Chile, and year by year we are almost double year by year the production of sparkling for the local market.
How about the price perception, or even the price itself, between Chilean wines and wines from the Europe, for example?
Yeah, here sometimes happen that when some products from another countries came inside the local market, you see like the price point. If you compare the quality and that at the same price point, you can get a better quality from the Chilean wines. So that's one of the things that the people maybe have in the mindset that for have like a wine, a really good wine from another country in Chile, it's gonna be like in a high range of price. And also happen when we like a winemaker sommelier, we bought wine from these like local dealers that imports wine from another country, same quality, mainly are much more expensive the wines from outside of Chile. So in terms of price point, it's quite different.
So even if the number of imports are not too much in Chile wine market, can you tell us which is the main wines that are imported?
I know that we have around like 10 importers, and they are focusing in different kind of wine. We have some imported that is focused on, to bring some wines from Burgundy, another one from Bordeaux, another more focused in Italian wines, and others that have like a huge range of like really well known wines. So um, I think mainly here you can find wines from Spain, Italy, and France are the main wines that you can find from the different importers.
Okay, but I think it's more focused on the whites or the sparkling, right? Or
In term of volume, yeah, or quantity, or more massive, is the sparkling or some whites, yes. But in term of value, is more in whites and reds and still wines.
you mentioned before that there's a lot of variety in Italian wines. I believe that Italy is the opposite of Chile in this matter, because Chile is so centralized. We have like more than half of the production is from three competitors, right? One of them is your winery, but Italy, but in the other hand, is totally opposite. Some people can say that is a good thing. Some others can say that is make everything more complicated. What is your opinion about this fragmentation of Italian wines?
Oh, like me, like a winemaker, I love diversity. So when you have like diversity, you can have different kind of complexity and different kind of elegant wines, and is a word that I think you can find easily what wine fit with you better. But personally, that is a thing that is so important. Of course, I love it, diversity in those terms. When you only produce only one kind of wine and trying to do that only in massive way, I think you lost some of the culture of the wine. So the people that is really involved in the wine industry and the wine lovers love to find this special spot, that diversity, and these single wines that make them special and unique. And I think this is I think really important also in terms of value. You can go further in the value of your bottle of wine if you are unique and you have that differences. You can express that uniqueness easily way and find your consumer that understand you, and of course you can get a better uh, profit, well-known wines in that terms. I think is a really good thing. Also in Chile, we are going in that way. We're trying to diversify our portfolio. Every year, we are trying to extract like more about, or we study about our history, and we are trying to put better wines with different varieties from different places. We have this País or Criolla, the Cinsault, some also Chenin Blanc, and other varieties that are like diversify the portfolio of wine from Chile, and also are showing that the naturally Chile have, that is this diversity, these beautiful places with different influences from the coast to the Andes mountain range. So I think it's really important to have this uh, diversity in terms of variety and places, and also way to do it.
Thanks. You say something that I honestly believe that Chile wants and is trying to move to this diversity and more premium production of wine. What is the main strategy of Chile to get to this point? Because the paradigm is like we are still considered like more about the quantity more than the quality. What are the main strategy that Chile is adopting to get rid of this label?
So now I think we have companies that are really focused in the premiumness, and also in the huge companies, and the premium wines are getting stronger year by year. We're showing our wines better in the reviews. We are more focused on in trying to get this like higher price point to be more sustainable in terms of the quality of the wines. So when we focus in premiumness, we are focusing the social media in during the worldwide trips, showing and speaking about Chile through the premium wines, or the icon, or the ultra premium wines, or the higher labels that we have in the company. So not only us, the sommelier and the export people, now is showing through those wines to the importers, the final clients, and others. Um, Chile through these premium wines. So this is the focus now in that term.
So one thing that is happening that how is Chile reacting to the pandemic situation that we all kind of know, but in your opinion, how is Chile doing it?
Oh, I think we we're doing quite good in that term. I think um, we have the opportunity in Chile at the beginning already was closed like everywhere. But the people start to consume a lot in their houses and they spend more money than in the home trade, drinking more wine or more expensive wine, and they're starting to drink like better and eat better at home. But it is incredible that Chile, with the vaccines and this, like really, I think, good politics in that term, mostly of the people in Chile is already with the two vaccines, also with the with that vaccine that give another or extra protection. So we still with the mask, but month by month we are open more bars and more areas with more people that can be in there, and the people are drinking at home very well, and also is going to the bars and to the restaurants, and the people I think are going very well in that way. As a company like us, we are having really good sales, and the pandemic is not like crush us or something. I think we get some another opportunities, and we reach like or we put on the mood that the people are now.
So, as a recap, we can say that Chile is not the most, is one of the countries with more free trade agreements within the whole world. We can say that the problem is like we are really far away with the mountain in between, so there is a shipping cost about it. But the main problem is it's the consumption. So you mentioned that we can fight this with education, but it should be in a long term, I think. So what can you say about this strategy of educate plus trying to increase the consumption and trying to beat even the consumption of the beer on other products that I believe that they are the main competitors?
Yeah, I think now is quite hard because maybe as you know here the beer like is the higher consumption in terms of alcohol liquors, so I think the education is a really important way, and now the social media is giving us a great opportunity to go further and to reach more people to be involved in the wine industry and in the wine consumption. So the people are seeing the wines more in different occasions, and not only in usual propaganda and that. So in terms of the influencers that are getting more involved, and the people that realize it, the good thing that the wines can give to you, not only in the occasion in terms of with a responsible consumption, in terms of the healthy, and you can have a drinking wine. I think we are more open. The people have more opportunities to see this diversity in terms of the wine, can fit better with different kind of wine. So I hope this is gonna help in terms of the consume of wine per capita uh, from now to the future.
Yeah, let's hope so. But which are the main countries that are importing the Chilean wine?
The main countries are number one is Brazil in terms of volume. The second one is China. In terms of value, change a little bit. Volume is Brazil. In value is China. So first in volume, second in volume, Brazil. China is first in value, second in volume, and then you have the UK, yeah, and then number four is USA.
That's pretty shocking. I'm sorry, I just had to interject. Because your number two export country is China recently, or it's always been like that? It's after they've embargoed Australian wine. Is that correct?
No, it's not correct because China has been one really important market since years ago. Now, of course, this problem with Australia, we are getting more opportunities to go in, but I am speaking about some like the numbers from the last 2 years. So China is a strong market for us for
So
some
it's
years.
always been number 2 export market for you guys, or just
Maybe not.
recently? I believe it's pretty. The impact of Chilean market, Chilean wine in China. I think it was definitely accelerated by the absence of Australian wines. At least that's what I had understood. But that's fascinating. Do you travel to China?
Not yet. And it's really good this because now we are getting stronger in China. We have this opportunity because of the Australia thing. But for me here, I manage like the premium icon wines from a huge group. And now we're starting to sell more to China in premium wines. And my first trip to China was settled was our program like 2 years ago, just when the pandemic started. So this is gonna be my first wine travel when the frontiers are open and we can start again to fly to another countries to sell wine.
So, Gabriel, how long have you been an enologist?
I have 39 years old, and I started to be an enologist. I finished my enologist degrees like 23 years old. So I have more than 15 years traveling winemaking, but I settled down here in Chile many years ago. I spent like 3 years and a half in a company in Curicó and Maipo Valley, and then another 8 years like a chief winemaker and managing the Cousinho Macul winery that is situated more in Maipo Valley. And now I'm working here for almost 4 years in charge of the icon wines of BSPT Wine Group.
So, what kind of wines are you producing now? Just for, because usually we're focused on Italian wines, but what are you personally producing from
Here,
what kind of wines? Just give us kind of a panoramic view of what you're producing.
Yeah, here we are producing like more terroir kind of wine, very specific and unique wines. Here we have real artisan winery. It's a small one. We're making around 36,000 cases. Mainly we work here in Cachapoal Valleys in the Andes part of Chile. So we are focusing to show icon wines from Andes influence. And we have a single Cabernet Sauvignon that is Cabo de Hornos. We have an icon blend that's called Altair. It's a blend of mainly Cabernet Sauvignon, some Syrah, Cabernet Franc, and some Carmener. Also from this Andes area, but it's more for the slopes or more high altitude if you compare with the Cab. And we have another blend that is the second wine of Altair that is called Sideral, and also is a blend of the whole area, more of the flatland and from the slopes. And that is also a blend of Cabernet Sauvignon, Carmener, Cabernet Franc, Syrah, and Petit Verdot. Those are the three wines here from Catapual and focus in the Andes side. And we have another two wines that are really small production, but really terroir wines. We have here single Syrah from the coastal part of Elqui Valley. It's really near to the coast and more in the north part of Chile, near a city that is La Serena. And this very special Syrah, very cold influence, and very strong in terms of pepper, and these olive notes, and this like natural acid and colored Syrah. It's very special Syrah. And we have also a single Carmener that is coming from more south, Maule Valley, from a place that's called Pencawe. In that place, it's very special. It's a little bit more hot. And we have there a soil that is very special too. It's a colluvial soil, but the earth, the color of the earth is purple, and the wine is called Tierras Moradas.
What does that mean? Tierras moradas.
Tierras
Sounds
Moradas
good. What is that?
is like purple earth,
Ah,
because if you look the vineyard and you see the soil looks purple, the color of the earth. So so that's why it's really terroir wines, and a special spot where the vineyard is situated, that the soil is purple colored naturally because of the natural minerals that we have there. So it's very special Carmener too. It's more structured, very well balanced, and mainly now we are selling that in the local market because it's very small quantity.
so when we think about, I mean, most people, right? When we think about Chilean wines, we're thinking of Carmener, right? But it sounds like you are producing mostly Bordeaux blends plus some Shiraz. What about your cabs? What is the main difference between your cabs and, let's say, old world, like coming from Bordeaux, in terms of styles in terms of taste and aromas?
Yeah, it's incredible. Like here in Chile, Carmener is one of our flags worldwide. But in terms of experience in Chile in wine, Cabernet Sauvignon is more. We have more experience in Cabernet Sauvignon for many many years ago, and in Chile, we have with that experience. If you compare the Cabernet from another places, here like we can produce a elegant Cabernet Sauvignon with this maybe new world character or something. We can find a Cabernet Sauvignon that is really velvet. Is not that very strong in terms of tannins with great maturity. We can get easily red fruit and good maturity with good balance. So it's something that our country or some places give us the opportunity to show Cabernet Sauvignon with great expression in terms of the fruit. It maybe can be less pyracinic, and we can have this more like more fruit expression of the Cabernet.
Yeah, so less the green pyrazine, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jose, I've hijacked your interview, but were you done, or should we invite some? We only have a few minutes. If anyone would like to come up and ask a question either to Jose or Gabriel, please raise your hand and we'll bring you up on to the stage. But with a follow up with that, Gabriel, what is the difference in terms of consumer taste profiles? By the way, when you said 36,000 cases or whatever, do you mean cases of 12 or 6?
Of 12.
Of 12. Yeah, of course you're on the American side, because we say here for 6. So like a consumer, Chilean consumer, typically, what are they looking for in a wine? I know this is a gross generalization. Are they more into the fruit? Are they more into the tannic structure or acidity? What are they looking for more when you compare the Chilean consumer to an Italian consumer? Of course, I'm Italian wine centric, so my question really is, let me just translate that question into something market oriented. An Italian wine producer who would love, I'm pretty sure Italian wine is very, very small in terms of market share in Chile. But what kind of wine would be interesting for the Chilean palate? That's, I guess, my question.
That is interesting question, because now everything is evolving. And the usual wine drinker in Chile maybe years ago or more like Etari, like it's more older, maybe 40 and older. And the people mainly want those kinds of wine that are more huge wine, maybe more woody ones, more volume, maybe with more
More
sweetness,
alcohol. Like,
more alcohol, exactly. But the things are evolving a lot. The people now are searching with. We have some people that are looking for those kinds of wine, and another ones that are looking more freshness, less alcohol, and another ones are looking those wines with more acidity, maybe less volume, more easy to drink. So this is a really important thing that in terms of diversity in Chile, that now you can find the one that fit better with you. You can find this all stylish kind of wine, with from some company or from some places, and also now you can find this more freshness, more drinkability kind of wines, and in that way. In my case here in this cellar, now we are evolved also in our high range or high prices wine. We are searching more for delicate wines, and we are go further in that way, more than that strong high alcohol level wines. I think it's more difficult in that way. But when you have good terroir and the people have more drink, the wine is more drinkable. The people is appreciating better the wines too. So I think it's gonna help the consumption too.
and is the younger generation, the next generation? I guess what I'm talking about is the Gen. I guess not Gen Z. They're quite young, but Gen Y. After the millennials, are they drinking wine, or are they drinking more beer and artisanal, cocktails or whatnot?
Mainly, they are drinking more beer and different cocktails. I think this is the
Just like
main.
everybody,
Yeah,
everywhere else in the world.
exactly. But I think also now we have more part of in the consume of that generation too, because with this kind of wine and different innovation that you can find, maybe less alcohol, more drinkable wines, the people are more like have more opportunity to fit with the wines, and I think this drinkability and the wines that go further in that, or the wines that have more like sense behind the wine in terms of sustainability, organics, or biodynamics, or trying to help the climate change. Those generation also are looking for something that gives you more than a taste, something that have a background,
Some purpose.
some purpose, exactly. And I think the wine industry, and through the wines, you can show a beautiful purpose in that way. So I think that's going to engage better that generation.
Jose, did you have any more questions? Otherwise, I'll ask one last question and then we can close up the room. So I have a question, which I don't know if you know the answer, but maybe you can give us a general guideline. What is the price structure like in Chile? For example, an importer imports the wine for, let's say, $5 US. What are the multiples of being sold that in a wine shop? Or let's say a supermarket, or as versus a restaurant? Do you know?
Oh, that is I know about the imports, but here in Chile, if now it's changing a lot, because usually in a restaurant you can, if you compare it with the wine shop or the supermarket, same one maybe can have like 3 times the prices that usually have in the restaurant. But now you can find restaurants that are working also with the same price, and I
Oh,
think
really?
this is
That's interesting.
yeah, it's really interesting. Also, like the restaurant that is working, or showing better the wines, or the people that are searching for the wines, having the in a strategy that is different, so you can find good quality wines and a really good price. So you can eat and drink really good wine at the same place without paying so much with a bottle of wine. So that 3+, I think some restaurants are still with that way to do it, but another ones is going more like approachable wines, and this is also helping in terms of the consumption.
I mean, is it a common practice for customers to bring their own wine? Of course, with the corkage. Is that a common practice in Chile at restaurants?
I think the only ones that do it is the winemakers, sommelier, and other ones that work in the wine industry. But really, the people are not taking their bottles to the restaurant. It's something that is not really like an unusual thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay,
of course,
then.
every restaurant have this option, but not all the people is doing that.
All right. Okay, very good. So I just want to say thank you so much, Jose. And also, I guess you guys are friends, right?
Now we're friends.
With Gabriel. How do you say it? Gabriel?
Gabriel, sí.
Okay. And Mustakis. What kind of name is that? That sounds more Greek.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Greek. Mustakis is coming from Greek. My family is coming from Kefalonia.
Ah, okay.
Iceland.
How did you end
Yeah,
up?
from
Well, I
Greece.
don't think we have time for that, but how did you end up in Chile?
Yeah,
I guess
because,
we'll have to open another room to talk about how you ended up in Chile.
So when my grandfather came directly from Greece after the war. So,
Wow. Okay. Very good.
yeah.
Listen, Gabriel, if you happen to come to Italy, we are here for you whenever you would like to pop by, and we can share some Italian wine together.
Oh, nice. Thanks so
Okay.
much.
And
for the
when we're
invitation.
in Chile, we will definitely be looking out for you.
Yeah, this is gonna be your house. So
Okay,
please,
excellent.
let me
Love
know.
it. I just self-invited. Okay, very good. Thanks, everybody. Ciao, ragazzi. Tomorrow with Valeria Tennyson, with Carolyn Walt, we're back to Italian Wine Club at 6 p.m. Ciao, ragazzi.
Thank you. Ciao, ciao.
Listen to the Italian Wine Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. We're on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Himalaya FM, and more. Don't forget to subscribe and rate the show. If you enjoy listening, please consider donating through ItalianWinePodcast.com. Any amount helps cover equipment, production, and publication costs. Until next time, chin chin.
Hi everybody! Italian Wine Podcast celebrates its 4th anniversary this year, and we all love the great content they put out every day. Chin Chin with Italian wine people has become a big part of our day, and the team in Verona needs to feel our love. Producing the show is not easy, folks. Herding all those hosts, getting the interviews, dropping the Clubhouse recordings, not to mention editing all the material. Let's give them a tangible fan hug with a contribution to all their costs. Head to ItalianWinePodcast.com and click donate to show your love.